Welcome to Ann History. To his decisive crossing of the Rubicon, Caesar defied the Senate and plunged Rome into civil war. His victories brought him control of the Republic, but ambition has its price. As Caesar's power grew, so did the whispers of betrayal. The Ides of March are near, and a plot is brewing. This is the story of Julius Caesar, conquest, betrayal, and destiny. Are you ready? Across the vast lands of the Roman Republic, Julius Caesar's name was spoken with both reverence and fear. He was more than a ruler. He was a man who had reshaped the world. His conquests, reforms, and political maneuverings would leave an indelible mark on history. But the road to greatness is paved with ambition, and Caesar's was boundless. One of Caesar's greatest achievements came from his conquest of Gaul. Between 58 and 50 BCE, he led a series of military campaigns that would not only expand Rome's borders, but also solidify his reputation as one of the greatest military minds in history. The conquest of Gaul was more than a victory for Caesar. It was a triumph for Rome. The Republic now stretched from the Mediterranean to the English Channel, but this victory came at a cost. Caesar's growing power and popularity among the people only deepened the cracks in the Republic's fragile political structure. It was at this moment that Caesar made one of the most fateful decisions in Roman history. By crossing the Rubicon in 49 BCE, he defied the Senate's orders and declared war on the very Republic he once served. With the words "Alea iacta est," the die is cast, Caesar set Rome on a path from which there was no return. This bold move would spark a civil war that would engulf Rome. Caesar's defiance of the Senate sent shockwaves throughout the Republic, marking the beginning of the end of Roman democracy. The civil war that followed Caesar's crossing of the Rubicon was swift and brutal. Pompey, once an ally, now stood against him. But at the Battle of Pharsalus in 48 BCE, Caesar's tactical genius prevailed. Pompey's forces were shattered, and the general himself fled, only to be assassinated in Egypt. Caesar's victory over Pompey marked the end of the Roman Republic as it had been known. In the aftermath of the Civil War, Caesar was declared dictator for life, a title that would forever change the course of Roman history. As dictator, Caesar implemented a series of sweeping reforms. He restructured the Roman calendar, established colonies for veterans, and enacted laws to ease debt and redistribute land. His policies, aimed at improving the lives of Roman citizens, further endeared him to the people. But in the Senate, his growing power was met with fear and resentment. Caesar's reforms were popular among the masses, but they also threatened the traditional power of the Senate. The seeds of betrayal were being sown, even as Caesar worked to solidify his legacy. One of the most famous and controversial chapters of Caesar's life was his relationship with Cleopatra. After his victory in the Civil War, Caesar traveled to Egypt, where he became romantically involved with the queen. Their affair resulted in the birth of a son, Caesarion, and cemented Egypt's alliance with Rome. Caesar's relationship with Cleopatra scandalized Rome. For many, it was further proof that Caesar sought to rule not just as a Roman, but as a king, a title that the Roman people had long despised. As Caesar's power grew, so did the conspiracy against him. The Senate, now a shadow of its former self, could not accept Caesar's rule. Whispers of assassination began to spread, and at the center of it all stood Marcus Junius Brutus, a man whom Caesar loved like a son. The Ides of March were approaching. Caesar's greatest achievement, his control over Rome, was about to become his undoing. Julius Caesar's achievements were monumental. His military conquests expanded the Roman world, his reforms reshaped society, and his ambition changed the very fabric of Rome. Yet, for all his accomplishments, his rise to power would ultimately lead to his downfall. The man who had conquered so much would soon face his own mortality at the hands of those he trusted most. But even in death, Caesar's legacy would live on, echoing through the ages, as Rome itself transformed from a republic to an empire. And so, the stage was set for one of history's most famous assassinations. The Ides of March would come, and with it, the end of Julius Caesar. This concludes episode 3, setting the stage for the pivotal and tragic events of Caesar's assassination. His rise to power, though filled with great achievements, would ultimately lead to the end of the Roman Republic and the dawn of the empire. Thank you for watching Ann History, but Caesar's story is far from over. In the next episode, Julius Caesar, Secrets Behind the Throne. We uncover the hidden plots, dangerous alliances, and the betrayals lurking in the shadows of Caesar's reign. His enemies are closing in, and the stakes couldn't be higher. If you're ready for more intrigue, power, and betrayal, make sure to subscribe, follow the channel, and hit that notification bell. The secrets of Rome are about to be revealed. Don't miss it.